The galaxy thought humans were weak and harmless, but Earth had a hidden battlefleet ready to strike. Millions of ships emerged from the shadows, shocking every star system. Humanity proved no one should ever underestimate them. This is the story of Earth's battlefleet emerging to shock the galaxy. Don't miss the next epic adventure. Hit subscribe and join us for more amazing stories. Life on Earth seemed ordinary. The cities bustled with humans going about their daily routines. People worried about work, school, and the usual challenges of life. No one could imagine that this small blue planet, hidden in a quiet corner of the galaxy, held secrets that could shock the universe. Scientists monitored the skies for strange signals. Satellites picked up patterns that no one could easily explain. And yet, most humans went about their lives unaware of the invisible threads of technology and knowledge growing silently around them. Governments worked behind closed doors, quietly investing in research, developing ships, weapons, and intelligence systems that could rival the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. The world outside saw a normal planet, but Earth had been preparing, in silence and secrecy, for events that no one else could foresee. On the surface, children played in parks, couples strolled along beaches, and people laughed in cafes. But beneath this ordinary life, brilliant minds were solving problems that many alien civilizations would consider impossible. Engineers worked night and day to design machines capable of surviving the harsh conditions of space. Scientists experimented with energy sources that could power entire fleets of starships. And tacticians mapped strategies that could defend Earth against threats far beyond imagination. Humans were learning quickly, pushing the limits of what they thought possible. Yet the galaxy, watching from afar, still assumed Earth was nothing more than a weak, harmless planet. Strange signals sometimes reached Earth from deep space, pulses of light and energy that seemed random, but to trained eyes carried meaning. A few researchers decoded fragments of these signals, realizing they hinted at civilizations far larger and more powerful than anything humanity had ever faced. These discoveries brought excitement, but also caution. Humanity learned to hide its progress, carefully, making sure the galaxy remained unaware of the growing strength beneath the planet's calm surface. Even within the highest circles of government, information was shared only on a need-to-know basis, ensuring that no mistake, no leak could expose Earth prematurely. The quiet of the planet was both a shield and a weapon, masking preparation with normality. Communities lived as if nothing extraordinary was happening, unaware that the world they knew was only a surface layer. Beneath it, incredible fleets were being designed, pilots were trained, and leaders were chosen to guide humanity in a universe full of danger. No one expected that these hidden efforts would soon bring Earth into the attention of alien civilizations. The galaxy, arrogant and confident, assumed that Earth's humans were weak, easy to crush, and slow to learn. Little did they know that patience, secrecy, and careful planning had been humanity's greatest weapons. And soon, the time would come when the quiet planet would reveal its true face, leaving the galaxy stunned. In the skies above major cities, satellites and drones flew silently, mapping, analyzing, and communicating. The networks of Earth were more advanced than any outsider could guess. Information flowed through secure channels. Experiments were conducted in secret laboratories, and young geniuses trained in simulation programs that prepared them for encounters far beyond Earth. Even ordinary civilians unknowingly contributed, creating technologies, solving problems, and building systems that strengthened humanity in ways the galaxy could not yet see. It was a world full of life, laughter, and hope. Yet beneath the calm, a silent power was growing, a power that would soon make humans rise from the shadows. The quiet Earth seemed peaceful, but every day, humans learned, adapted, and innovated, preparing not for conquest, but for survival and protection. The galaxy might have thought of them as weak, slow, and unimportant, but humans were quietly shaping their destiny, mastering skills that could change the balance of power among the stars. And as the sun set over oceans, mountains, and forests, humans went to bed unaware that one day, their calm planet would emerge to shock the galaxy, revealing courage, intelligence, and strength that no one had imagined before. The quiet Earth held more than life. It held potential, preparation, and a secret ready to awaken. An alien scouting fleet entered the outer edges of the solar system, expecting an easy assessment of a primitive planet. Their sensors detected cities, roads, and technology that looked simple. They assumed that humans were weak, unprepared, and slow to react. The alien commanders were confident that this world would require minimal attention. They approached cautiously at first, sending probes and observation drones to measure Earth's defenses. But as they moved closer, unusual energy readings and defensive measures began to appear. Alien officers frowned, trying to understand what they were seeing. Their calculations had assumed Earthlings would panic or surrender. Yet the planet's systems operated with calm precision. Something about the signals and the response of the planet did not match their expectations. The humans reacted intelligently and quickly, not with panic, but with clever strategies designed to protect their world. Small defense satellites moved into position, creating shields that confused and disrupted the alien sensors. Communication systems scrambled alien signals, and automated drones intercepted probes before they could collect any meaningful data. Alien commanders watched in disbelief. Their expectations of weakness were shattered. They could not understand how such a small and seemingly primitive species could coordinate so well. Earthlings seemed calm, prepared, and completely aware of the intruders. The first encounter that the aliens had expected to be routine turned into a complex puzzle. On Earth, teams of scientists and military strategists observed the alien presence with intense focus. People in control rooms worked silently, analyzing alien movements, predicting their next actions, and preparing countermeasures. Humans had anticipated the possibility of alien contact for decades. They had trained for scenarios far beyond what anyone else in the galaxy would expect. Every move was calculated to protect Earth while keeping the true strength of humanity hidden. The aliens were unaware of the full scale of human capability, seeing only the surface response. Humans were testing them, probing their reactions, and gathering intelligence. Even the smallest teams of Earth operators performed with precision that left alien sensors confused. As the alien fleet tried to probe further, humans demonstrated unexpected creativity. They used decoys, false energy signatures, and sudden maneuvers that were impossible for the aliens to predict. Every attempt by the aliens to assert control was met with calm resistance. The humans never overextended, but every action they took had a purpose. Every countermeasure revealed intelligence, courage, and strategy that no alien mind had expected from such a primitive species. Alien leaders began to question their assumptions, wondering if they had underestimated humanity entirely. For the first time, doubt crept into the hearts of beings who had assumed they were the galaxy's most advanced power. The human fleet was not yet fully revealed, but even their small defensive measures created confusion. It became clear that Earth was not an easy target. The aliens had assumed superiority, but humans had turned the tables with intelligence and preparation. Every ship, every drone, and every sensor was part of a coordinated network, working in perfect harmony. The aliens watched in disbelief as Earthlings predicted their moves, countered attacks before they arrived, and maintained calm control under pressure. This encounter, which the aliens expected to take hours, stretched into days, leaving them frustrated and cautious. They realized that humans were nothing like the other species they had encountered. The alien commanders convened in their ships, debating what they had seen. They could not find a clear solution. Their assumptions had failed. They had thought of Earthlings as weak, but humans had proven resourceful, clever, and resilient. The first contact had turned into a lesson in humility for the galaxy. The humans had defended their world without firing a single devastating weapon. They had used brains, strategy, and timing to show strength in a way that no one expected. It was not brute force, but intelligence, patience, and courage that had made the difference. As the encounter ended, the aliens retreated slightly, cautious and confused. They reported back to their leaders with disbelief and uncertainty. Earth had passed the first test of galactic contact, not with aggression, but with skill and calm intelligence. The galaxy still underestimated humanity, but the first impression had changed forever. Humans had shown that they could handle the unexpected, adapt quickly, and face powerful threats with courage. The quiet planet that had seemed insignificant now commanded attention, and the story of Earth's true capabilities had begun. Humans on Earth continued their daily lives, unaware of the full astonishment they had caused. Their cities, their people, and their hidden fleets remained ready, waiting for the next move. The galaxy had begun to notice that humans were not weak, not simple, and not easily controlled. And soon, the time would come when Earth would reveal even more of its hidden power, leaving the universe stunned. Unknown to the galaxy, humanity had been quietly building a massive fleet far from prying eyes. Hidden shipyards orbiting distant planets, secret stations beneath oceans, and underground complexes worked day and night to construct vessels of incredible size and power. Engineers, scientists, and technicians coordinated in secrecy, using technology that combined intelligence, energy, and speed in ways no other civilization had imagined. Every ship was a marvel, equipped with advanced weapons, defensive shields, and propulsion systems capable of extraordinary maneuvers. The fleet was not just a force, it was a symbol of human ingenuity and preparation, a force designed to protect Earth and to surprise any who dared to threaten it. The ships varied in size and function. Small, fast strike vessels moved alongside massive carriers and capital ships. Each had a role in a complex strategy, ensuring maximum efficiency and effectiveness. Pilots trained tirelessly in simulations, learning maneuvers that would outsmart even the most advanced alien fleets. Commanders mapped battle plans with precision, anticipating enemy strategies and creating contingencies for every possibility. Even communication systems were encrypted in layers of security, ensuring that the fleet could operate undetected until the perfect moment. The galaxy had no idea that such a hidden force existed, thinking Earth was still weak and unprepared. On Earth, leaders and strategists monitored the fleet constantly. Every detail mattered. Every ship, every crew member, and every system had to be ready for the day when humanity would finally step into the wider galaxy. Training exercises were conducted in complete secrecy, sometimes spanning months at a time. Young pilots learned the value of courage, teamwork, and strategy. Scientists developed new weapons that could strike with precision without revealing the full power of the fleet. Humans perfected stealth technologies, allowing ships to appear and disappear in space almost at will. The fleet became a living, breathing entity, ready to act as one coordinated force. Despite the fleet's size and power, humans remained cautious, aware that revealing their strength too early could provoke unnecessary war. Every action was measured, every test controlled. The galaxy assumed they had already measured Earth's capability, but all they had seen were small defensive systems and surface-level intelligence. They had no idea of the immense preparation happening in silence. Even within Earth's own ranks, only top commanders knew the full scope of the fleet. Maintaining secrecy was as important as the fleet itself. The element of surprise would be humanity's greatest advantage. As months turned into years, the fleet grew stronger. Each ship launched with precision, each system tested and retested. Technology improved continuously, and tactics evolved with experience. Humans experimented with new energy sources, faster propulsion, and innovative weapons. Simulations tested their responses to alien strategies, ensuring that the fleet could face any enemy with confidence. Every engineer, pilot, and strategist contributed to a plan that had been years in the making. And every action was designed to protect Earth while preparing for the future. Meanwhile, the galaxy continued to underestimate humanity. Observers detected no sign of the true fleet. Seeing only ordinary cities and technology that appeared simple, alien empires remained confident, thinking Earth posed little threat. They continued their routine monitoring, unaware of the storm quietly forming. This ignorance worked perfectly in humanity's favor, allowing the fleet to grow, train, and organize without interference. Each hidden base, each shipyard, and every human mind contributed to a network of readiness that would soon change the galaxy's perception forever. The human fleet became a masterpiece of coordination and preparation, a fleet that combined intelligence, courage, and technology in perfect harmony. Ships of all sizes moved together in simulations, practicing strategies that would confuse and overwhelm any adversary. Pilots learned to trust machines, themselves, and each other completely. Commanders honed their ability to make split-second decisions with perfect precision. Even the smallest ship could perform maneuvers that defied expectation. Each part of the fleet complemented the other, creating a force far beyond what anyone could imagine. And yet, for all its power, the fleet remained hidden, silent and patient, waiting for the right moment to appear. The galaxy thought it had measured humanity, but humans had been hiding their true potential all along. The quiet preparation, the hidden strength, and the disciplined training had created something no one had ever anticipated. A force capable of surprising the galaxy and changing the balance of power forever. Every day, the fleet grew, and with each passing moment, humanity edged closer to revealing the secret they had guarded for so long. Ready to emerge from the shadows and astonish the universe, when the human fleet finally emerged from its hidden positions, the galaxy froze in disbelief. Millions of ships appeared almost simultaneously from jump points, orbiting stations, and concealed bases. Moving in perfect formation, their size, precision, and coordination stunned alien observers. No one had expected such an immense force to exist. The fleets of the galaxy, confident in their superiority, could hardly comprehend what they were seeing. Their calculations had assumed Earth's humans were weak and primitive. But now that assumption lay shattered. Alien commanders stared at the screens, unable to believe their eyes. The planet they had ignored for centuries had suddenly revealed a power that rivaled the greatest empires. The emergence was not just about numbers, but about strategy. Each ship moved as if controlled by a single mind, a symphony of motion where every vessel knew its place, its role, and its purpose. Smaller, faster ships darted between massive carriers, forming intricate patterns that could strike or defend instantly. Capital ships positioned themselves at precise coordinates, creating layers of offense and defense that alien minds could not anticipate. Energy shields glowed, weapons hummed, and communication networks flowed seamlessly, showing that this was not chaos, but deliberate, coordinated brilliance. Even the most advanced alien technology could not predict or respond quickly enough. Alien fleets reacted with panic and confusion. Many of their ships scrambled into defensive formations, unsure where to focus. Others tried to retreat, but the human fleet's strategic placement cut off escape routes. The galaxy had underestimated the humans completely. They had expected a few small defenses, perhaps some minor resistance, but nothing like this. The size, speed, and intelligence of the fleet made clear that Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a force to be reckoned with. Observers across multiple star systems sent messages of shock, disbelief, and even fear. Humanity had gone from being ignored to becoming the center of attention almost instantly. On board the human command ships, leaders coordinated flawlessly. Every action had been planned in advance, yet they were flexible enough to adapt to unexpected alien moves. Pilots and crews worked in perfect synchronization, executing maneuvers that had been trained countless times in simulations. Energy weapons charged, shields reinforced, and navigation systems calculated trajectories that allowed rapid response to any threat. The aliens could sense intelligence, courage, and confidence radiating from each ship. Unlike any other species, humans combined skill with daring, using tactics that relied on quick thinking and creative problem-solving rather than just brute force. The galaxy had never encountered anything like it. Messages and reports poured in from alien command centers, leaders demanding answers. What is this species? They asked one another. How could they have built such a fleet without our knowledge? Panic spread among those who had assumed control over the galaxy. Intelligence officers scrambled to find weaknesses. But every probe revealed more precision, more organization, and more technology than they had imagined. The humans had not only hidden their fleet, they had perfected it, and now its sudden appearance left the galaxy scrambling. The shock of seeing millions of ships perfectly coordinated, equipped, and ready for battle caused hesitation and fear, something no human or alien commander could ignore. Every planet, station, and outpost that observed the fleet witnessed the same impossible sight. Ships of incredible power and precision, moving as one, ready to strike or defend at the command of human leaders. Alien empires who had mocked Earth for centuries now understood that they had miscalculated. Completely. The humans had turned secrecy into a weapon, hiding their strength until the moment it could have maximum impact. Their patience and planning created awe and fear simultaneously. The galaxy began to whisper about Earth in ways that were urgent and respectful. recognizing that humanity had arrived as a serious force. Even as the fleet maintained formation, humans demonstrated control, not aggression. They moved with confidence, showing readiness without unnecessary provocation. Their appearance was a statement. Humanity had been underestimated, and the galaxy would never make that mistake again. Small reconnaissance vessels swept past alien positions, analyzing, observing, and confirming that the humans were in command. The combination of preparation, skill, and discipline created a power that was undeniable. Even those who had once called Earth primitive now realized it could challenge empires and dominate battlefields. The shock of humanity's emergence spread like wildfire across star systems, in council chambers, in fleets that had ruled the galaxy with arrogance. Eyes widened, voices trembled, and plans were reconsidered. No one could ignore the quiet planet that had transformed into a force capable of astonishing the universe. The human fleet had not only revealed its strength, it had changed the perception of Earth forever, leaving the galaxy stunned, fearful, and in awe of a species that had risen from shadows to command attention. Human commanders moved their fleets with incredible precision. Every ship followed a plan that combined intelligence, speed, and adaptability. Unlike other civilizations that relied on sheer numbers or overwhelming firepower, humans used strategy and creativity to gain the upper hand. Smaller strike vessels darted between massive ships, creating unpredictable attacks while maintaining defensive coverage. Pilots communicated instantly through secure networks, sharing observations and adjusting tactics in real time. Each maneuver was designed to confuse, outsmart, and exploit weaknesses in enemy formations. The aliens, powerful and confident, were shocked to realize that humans fought in a way they had never encountered. Human fleets used stealth and surprise to great effect. Decoy ships drew attention while hidden vessels executed critical attacks. Energy shields shimmered and adapted constantly. Absorbing strikes and deflecting enemy fire, humans did not simply attack blindly. They calculated every move, anticipating enemy reactions and adjusting with lightning speed. Commanders on Earth coordinated their forces from multiple hidden command centers, linking thousands of ships into a single intelligent network. This level of coordination made the fleet feel like a single organism, each part working perfectly with the whole. The alien commanders struggled to respond. Their largest warships could not outmaneuver even the smallest human vessels. Bravery was a key part of humanity's strategy. Pilots and crews took calculated risks, trusting their training, instincts, and each other. Even in dangerous situations, humans remained calm, focused, and determined. Their courage inspired others, turning ordinary actions into extraordinary feats of heroism. The galaxy watched in amazement as humans used ingenuity rather than brute force to dominate. Every successful maneuver, every clever trick, every coordinated strike proved that humans were not just survivors. They were warriors, thinkers, and innovators. Alien officers began to whisper in fear, wondering how such a small planet had produced such a formidable force. The human strategy combined offense and defense seamlessly. Attack teams struck at vulnerable points, disabling enemy systems without exposing themselves unnecessarily. Defensive units moved into positions that protected key ships and maintained supply lines. Sensors and scouts provided continuous updates, ensuring no part of the fleet was ever caught off guard. Humans had mastered the art of flexibility, capable of changing tactics mid-battle without confusion or delay. Every ship, from the smallest interceptor to the largest carrier, contributed to the overall plan. The aliens were forced into constant reaction, always a step behind, their arrogance crumbling with every human maneuver. As the battles continued, the aliens began to recognize a new pattern. Humans were not predictable. They did not rely on the same strategies again and again. Every engagement was unique, carefully crafted to exploit their enemies' weaknesses. Even the most experienced alien commanders could not anticipate what the humans would do next. The combination of intelligence, courage, and adaptability made the humans extremely dangerous, not just as individuals, but as a coordinated force. Earth had taken centuries to develop this skill, blending technology, strategy, and human determination into a system that was almost unbeatable. The galaxy began to take notice. Observers from distant star systems watched the engagements and shared reports of human brilliance. Tactics that had been impossible in theory were executed flawlessly in practice. Humans demonstrated that raw strength was not the only measure of power. Intelligence, timing, and courage could overcome even the most formidable fleets. Reports spread quickly that humanity had changed the rules of battle, challenging the assumptions that had allowed empires to dominate for centuries. The galaxy was learning a lesson that would not be forgotten. Even as victories were achieved, humans maintained discipline. They did not pursue unnecessary destruction. They calculated their actions to minimize collateral damage while maximizing strategic advantage. This combination of effectiveness and restraint impressed even those who feared them. The aliens realized that humans fought not just for survival, but for honor, intelligence, and long-term success. Every engagement reinforced the growing reputation of humanity as a species that could never be underestimated. By the end of these encounters, human fleets had proven something extraordinary. They had shown that strategy, courage, and coordination could overcome even overwhelming odds. Alien leaders began to rethink their assumptions about the planet they had once dismissed. Humanity's methods were different, unpredictable, and brilliantly executed. The galaxy could no longer ignore the power emerging from Earth. Humans had proven that they could fight smarter, faster, and braver than anyone had expected. Their rise had begun, and the universe would never be the same again. One decisive battle changed everything. The alien fleets, confident in their overwhelming power, advanced toward Earth's defenses, expecting an easy victory. They underestimated human skill, intelligence, and coordination. The moment the engagement began, humans demonstrated a level of strategy and precision that shocked the galaxy. Small strike teams weaved between massive warships, launching attacks that disrupted enemy formations. Capital ships moved in perfect synchronization, blocking escape routes while protecting key positions. The aliens had expected chaos, but instead faced a calculated, disciplined, and intelligent force. Human commanders adapted instantly to every alien maneuver. Sensors detected attacks before they arrived. Pilots executed evasive and offensive actions almost simultaneously. Communication networks allowed instant coordination, linking thousands of vessels across vast distances. Even the smallest human fighter could strike in critical moments, creating openings for larger ships to exploit. The aliens struggled to respond. Their overconfidence turned into confusion as their formations broke down under precise, relentless human action. Every move of the human fleet revealed cunning and preparation, showing that they were not only ready, but superior in tactical thinking. The battle showcased the unique nature of human warfare. Humans combined speed, stealth, and surprise with disciplined coordination. Each ship knew its role. Each pilot trusted their teammates implicitly. Energy weapons and shields worked in perfect harmony, absorbing attacks and striking at weak points. Humans did not rely on overwhelming numbers alone. Instead, they used clever strategies that turned disadvantages into advantages. Alien commanders were forced to admit that Earthlings fought differently than any species they had faced. Humans thought, adapted, and acted faster than their opponents, making every alien assumption invalid. Throughout the engagement, human courage shone brightly. Pilots risked their ships and lives to protect others. Crews coordinated in high-pressure situations without hesitation or panic. Even when faced with advanced alien weaponry, humans maintained composure and executed plans flawlessly. This bravery was not reckless, but calculated, combining instinct, training, and trust. The aliens watched in awe and fear, recognizing that human determination and skill were unmatched. For the first time, they realized that they faced a species capable of changing the rules of battle entirely. The turning point came when humans executed a coordinated strike against the alien command ships. These vessels had been directing the battle, controlling fleets with their superior technology. But human fighters found openings in their defenses, disabling key systems and creating confusion across the alien ranks. Chaos spread among the alien fleets as command and control broke down. Human ships exploited every gap, striking decisively while maintaining their own defense. The battle that had seemed impossible turned into a clear victory for humanity. As the alien forces retreated, the galaxy began to understand the scale of the human achievement. Reports from distant observers confirmed the precision, courage, and intelligence of the human fleet. Humans had turned what appeared to be an overwhelming challenge into an overwhelming success. Every engagement, every maneuver, and every act of bravery had proven their capability. Alien leaders had to reconsider their assumptions. They realized that Earthlings could not be crushed by force alone. They had to respect the skill and strategy of a species they had long underestimated. The human fleet demonstrated not just power, but restraint and wisdom. They did not pursue total annihilation of the retreating enemies. Instead, they ensured that victory was decisive yet controlled. Maintaining their reputation as intelligent and fair strategists, this balance between strength and wisdom impressed observers across the galaxy. Humanity had proven it could win against superior forces without losing control or discipline. Every ship, every crew member, and every decision contributed to a performance that would be remembered across generations. Victory brought more than just a tactical win. It brought recognition and influence. The galaxy began to take humanity seriously. No longer a weak planet, Earth had emerged as a key power capable of challenging empires. The decisive battle had changed perceptions forever. The skills, courage, and intelligence displayed during the engagement became legendary. Stories of human strategy and bravery spread rapidly, inspiring both allies and enemies to reconsider what was possible. Humanity had risen from obscurity to command respect, proving that preparation, intelligence, and courage could overcome even the strongest odds. By the end of the battle, humans had not only defended their planet, but had reshaped the balance of power. The galaxy could no longer underestimate Earth. The species that had once seemed insignificant had proven it could stand against the most formidable forces. Commanders, crews, and citizens celebrated their achievement. While secretly preparing for even greater challenges ahead, humanity had passed the ultimate test, demonstrating that courage, strategy, and coordination could triumph over even overwhelming power. The turning point had arrived, and the universe would never view Earth the same way again. Galactic leaders who had once dismissed Earth now scrambled to understand humanity. Reports from scouts, spies, and battle observers confirmed what no one wanted to believe. Humans were not only powerful, but intelligent, disciplined, and capable of strategies that rivaled the greatest empires. Alien commanders who had once assumed superiority now sought advice, alliances, or peace, recognizing that a species capable of defeating their fleets could not be ignored. On Earth, leaders remained careful, negotiating with wisdom and restraint. They understood that showing mercy and intelligence could win respect far greater than violence. Treaties, communications, and demonstrations of capability became tools of diplomacy, ensuring that humanity's emergence was felt without unnecessary conflict. The galaxy began to respect human judgment, realizing that Earthlings could be trusted as partners, not just feared as enemies. Humans negotiated from a position of strength, ensuring their sovereignty and safety, while also demonstrating they were fair, disciplined, and responsible. Their approach impressed both allies and former adversaries. Humans showed that power could be paired with morality, strength could be balanced with intelligence, and courage could be matched with wisdom. The galaxy slowly began to view Earth as a force for stability, not just disruption. On board human command ships and in Earth's strategic centers, leaders coordinated not just for defense, but for diplomacy. Advanced communication systems allowed real-time negotiations with alien powers, while demonstrating the reach and coordination of humanity's fleets. Humans displayed a level of planning that combined military strength with political foresight. Every move on the battlefield was mirrored by careful messaging to the galaxy, ensuring that their rise was seen as intentional, controlled, and respectable. Aliens who had feared annihilation now recognized humans as clever negotiators and formidable allies. Their reputation grew faster than any fleet could travel. Every victory and successful engagement had created stories that spread quickly. Across star systems, beings whispered about the planet that had risen from obscurity. Legends of human ingenuity, courage, and strategy became common knowledge. Even distant civilizations began to adjust their policies, treating humanity with respect rather than contempt. Former enemies realized that Earth's humans could not be ignored, underestimated, or manipulated. Recognition of human skill became universal, not just as warriors, but as thinkers, planners, and leaders. Humanity had reshaped how the galaxy measured power, introducing a new standard based on intelligence, courage, and coordination. Humanity's approach to diplomacy further reinforced their standing. They balanced strength with fairness, never acting impulsively or cruelly. Every negotiation, every treaty, and every demonstration of capability was backed by the evidence of their fleets and strategies. The galaxy saw that humans could defend themselves decisively, but also act responsibly. This combination made them highly respected and sought after for alliances, governments, and civilizations now realized that Earth's rise was not a threat to be crushed, but a presence to be acknowledged. Their influence expanded rapidly, not just through fear, but through earned trust and respect. Even alien scientists and strategists began to study humans, analyzing their tactics, their coordination, and their ability to adapt quickly to unexpected situations. Reports highlighted that humans excelled not just in technology, but in creativity, decision-making, and collaboration. Leaders from other worlds consulted human advisors, sometimes even seeking training or guidance. Humans had become a benchmark for strategic thinking in the galaxy. The lessons they taught were not about destruction, but about intelligence, courage, and responsible power. Their presence changed the way empires approached both war and diplomacy. While humans were now respected across the galaxy, they remained vigilant. Understanding that recognition did not mean the end of challenges, they continued to train, build fleets, and innovate, preparing for the future while shaping peaceful relations. Every ship and every crew remained ready, not for conquest, but for defense and protection. The galaxy learned quickly that humans combined caution with boldness, strategy with bravery, and strength with wisdom. This made humanity a species that could not be ignored, underestimated, or dismissed. Their rise had already changed galactic politics and balance, and their influence would continue to grow. By the end of this period, humans had achieved something extraordinary. They had gained respect, recognition, and influence across countless star systems. No longer seen as a primitive or insignificant planet, Earth had become central to the galaxy's future. Other civilizations adjusted their strategies, alliances, and priorities in response to humanity's emergence. The planet that had been quiet and overlooked was now a hub of power, diplomacy, and intelligence. Humanity had proven that courage, intelligence, and fairness could win both battles and trust. Their rise had reshaped the galaxy forever, leaving a lasting legacy that every species would remember. Earth's fleet remained vigilant, ready for any threat that might appear from the far reaches of the galaxy. Humans had shown the universe their strength, but they knew that power alone was not enough. They continued to train, innovate, and prepare, ensuring that the planet would always be protected. The fleets maintained constant patrols near hidden bases, jump points, and strategic positions. Every ship, every crew, and every system was ready to respond instantly. The galaxy had witnessed humanity's rise, but humans themselves understood that the journey had only just begun. Across star systems, stories spread about the planet that had suddenly emerged as a dominant force. Alien civilizations shared reports, warnings, and observations about Earth. Many had assumed humanity was weak, primitive, and unprepared. Yet now, they recognized a species capable of extraordinary coordination, courage, and intelligence. Earth had transformed from an overlooked backwater into a center of power, influence, and respect. Other species began to adjust their strategies, alliances, and priorities in response to the humans, realizing that a single underestimation could lead to disaster. Despite the attention, humans remained disciplined, using their newfound recognition wisely, not seeking to dominate, but to protect and influence the galaxy responsibly. Diplomats, commanders, and strategists worked together to maintain balance, demonstrating that humans were not just a military force, but thinkers, planners, and negotiators. Their victories in battle had gained attention, but it was their intelligence, foresight, and fairness that secured respect. Every interaction, every engagement, and every negotiation reinforced humanity's reputation. The galaxy had learned that humans were unlike any species they had encountered before. The fleets continued to conduct drills and simulations, preparing for scenarios both expected and unforeseen. Human pilots practiced daring maneuvers. Engineers improved ship systems and weapons. Scientists developed new technologies that expanded capabilities. Even ordinary civilians contributed, building systems, analyzing data, and providing intelligence that strengthened the planet's readiness. Every member of humanity played a part in maintaining the planet's security and influence. The secret preparation, combined with visible demonstrations of skill, ensured that humans could respond to threats quickly and decisively. The galaxy watched closely, now cautious and respectful. Previous arrogance toward Earth had vanished. Alien leaders recognized that a species capable of defeating advanced fleets was not to be taken lightly. Diplomatic missions increased. Requests for alliances, trade, and knowledge flowed toward Earth. Humans negotiated carefully, ensuring that their sovereignty was protected while extending goodwill and influence. Their rise was measured, intelligent, and deliberate, showing that strength could be paired with wisdom and restraint. Humanity's emergence also inspired hope, not just on Earth, but across other star systems. Species that had long lived under oppressive empires saw that courage, intelligence, and preparation could change the balance of power. Humanity became an example of what a species could achieve when united, focused, and willing to innovate. Stories of bravery, strategy, and skill spread rapidly, inspiring admiration and sometimes fear. Every engagement, every demonstration of intelligence and coordination reinforced the notion that Earthlings had earned their place among the galaxy's strongest civilizations. Even as recognition spread, humans maintained humility, understanding that the galaxy remained unpredictable. New threats could emerge at any time. Their vigilance, discipline, and readiness were as important as their fleet's power. Humanity had proven that it could act decisively and wisely, but they knew that influence and reputation required continuous effort, constant improvement, and careful strategy. Every lesson learned from previous encounters was applied to strengthen defenses and maintain peace. The galaxy had seen the emergence, but humans knew that survival depended on preparation, not just past victories. As humans looked toward the stars, they saw both opportunity and responsibility. Their fleets, technologies, and minds were ready to face challenges, protect their home, and shape the future of the galaxy. The quiet planet that had once been overlooked now commanded attention, respect, and influence. Their rise had demonstrated that courage, intelligence, and preparation could change the course of civilizations. And even as the universe marveled at humanity's power, humans continued to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable every day. This was not the end, but the beginning of a new era. Earth had emerged from the shadows, showing the galaxy that a species once considered weak could rise to command respect and reshape the balance of power. Across star systems, civilizations now knew that humanity could never be ignored, underestimated, or controlled. Stories of their fleet, courage, and intelligence would spread for generations. And the quiet planet that had waited patiently for its moment had finally revealed its true strength, leaving the universe stunned. This is the story of humanity rising from the shadows to change the galaxy forever. Don't miss the next epic adventure. Hit subscribe and join us for more amazing stories.